Hello, welcome to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker, a real estate investor helping you realize your dream of owning a home or investing in one. Today's show, I am going to talk about what I spend or how do I shop. I'm going to talk both about what I do real estate wise and also outside of real estate. So maybe it'll be a little bit fun or just give you some insight. Me personally, I tend to buy property and performing notes during bad markets. It's normally cheaper and easier to negotiate for me. During good markets, I'll buy a defaulted note because my expectation or my goal is to have that defaulted note performing. And it's easier to do that in a good market when jobs are available, when there's more access to several government programs to help people. It's more apt to do that during that time than when the market is bad. Number two, when I choose a property, either to buy the property, a mortgage note, or even a tax lien, I consider a number of different factors. I look at the economy, both the national economy and the local economy of where I'm interested in investing. I look at the jobs, the average income, and the laws before I choose a state or a city. When it comes to neighborhoods, I look at traffic and I look at popularity. Number three, after I've narrowed down where it is that I want to invest, that's when I start actually looking at property physically. I check out what is the current price, and then if it's like an actual physical property, I'll compare it to others. I don't really do that type of comparison much when it comes to notes. Well, when it comes to notes, I don't look at the current price of the note. I look at the current price of the house, and I'll compare the current price of the house to others in that area. Because see, the note is normally, not always, but the note is normally a lot cheaper than the actual price of the house. So that's one of the reasons. Next, after I do that, I consider what is the ARV, the after repair value. Well, actually, before that, I look to see if the property is going to need repairs. And if it does need repairs, what specifically needs to be repaired? Because I know from experience that the roof is very expensive. Mold can also be expensive as well. And I also look to see if the property is in a flood zone. After I find out what the repairs are and how much, I'll give like a rough estimate of how much it will cost to repair the property. Then I look at, okay, after those repairs are made, what is the ARV? ARV is after repair value, which is how much will the house be valued after the repairs are made. And that will tell me how much money can be made on the property itself. Now, when it comes to properties, when it comes to location, me personally right now, I buy out of state. I am thinking about coming back into state, but I would go upstate and not necessarily my city because it's not real estate friendly at all, especially for small investors. It's really more for big time people who have a whole lot of money. Okay? Now, since I belong to a few real estate groups, we get discounts on products that are sold at certain stores. Plus, I have my credit card registered with the Real Estate Association of New York City, so whenever I use my credit card to buy certain purchases, I get an extra discount even if the item is already on sale. And of course, I try to take advantage of sales, but it's not always possible to do so, especially if you have to do a rehab or if you're a landlord and certain emergencies occur. They don't always occur when a sale is coming on. For example, I had to replace a refrigerator once, and that was not during the holidays, so I had to pay for that. Next, my job that I currently work at full time does offer me discounts on buying alarm systems, discounts on buying furniture, discounts on buying appliances. So yes, I take advantage of that. I also, from time to time, I go to different coupon sites like Groupon, Steals and Deals, and Clark Howard to see what they have found that was cheap or that was on sale that I wasn't able to discover on my own. Okay. And then now let's tackle the things outside of real estate and how I spend money there. But they do, in to a certain extent, still have an effect on my real estate business. Why? Because the more money I'm able to save and put back into my business, the better it is for me, or the better it is for my business. Even though me personally, I do separate what I make in the business from my own personal money from what I make on the job and elsewhere. I do have that separated. You're supposed to anyway for IRS purposes, but I digress. Moving on down the line, for fun, here's what I do. I take advantage of all of the free stuff that's available. I go and visit parks, I go to parades, I go to festivals. And if I am going to spend any money at a festival, like for food or whatever, my limit is $20 for both food and trinkets. I don't spend no more money than that. And the only way I think I would ever do something is like if I feel that it's necessary, like if it's for a health reason or something like that. Otherwise, no, I do it. I try to stay within my means. I stay well below my means, as a matter of fact. And then the other thing that I'm about to do, because I'm not pleased, I have actually gained some weight. And when you gain weight, you can't fit into your clothes anymore. So I don't feel like buying new clothes. So it's actually been a motivator for me to actually try to lose weight. I'm not as committed as I should be, but after the holidays, after I finish pigging out for the upcoming festive season, I do plan to get back into eating well, walking more, and maybe try to implement some sort of exercise routine. I do have the Wii, and I have a number of, I also have the Fire Stick. I use a lot of the programs there. A lot of the exercise programs are actually pretty good. So, and they're also a lot of fun. So that's what I plan to do to stay within my means, to stay within my budget so that I don't go blow it buying a whole bunch of clothes and whatnot and what have you. So, folks, that's basically all I do in a nutshell. Hopefully, the information that I've shared with you will inspire you as far as strategies to look into to help you make smart financial moves. Remember, you don't have to do exactly what I've done. Just take whatever you are able to implement if you want to and see if it works for you. Until next time, please feel free to share this, pass this along. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one, and sometimes teach many. That's all for now. Until next time, have a good night.